Hey, I just want to give some free advice to the white progressives, particularly white progressive women who may be thinking about marching against the Trump victory, maybe putting back on the P word hats and doing that thing. I would just say probably don't send any of those invites to any black women you know. I'm just going to tell you right now, they're not coming. like, I'm pretty sure black women have resigned from the Save America Coalition, Save Democracy Coalition, and definitely the Save the Democratic Party Coalition. I think that's probably not happening. I would just keep those invites maybe among your own friends because I don't think they're coming. But yeah, I think black women are now on the Save Black Women, Prioritize Black Men, and prioritize black communities, black businesses, and the black spaces, but Save America, Save the Democratic Party.
In an unprecedented crisis for MSNBC, host Joy Reid's increasingly controversial commentary has sparked intense debate about the future of cable news media. The combination of plummeting ratings, inflammatory rhetoric, and shifting viewer demographics has created a perfect storm that threatens to reshape the network's future. Industry insiders suggest that Reid's recent string of controversial statements may have finally pushed the situation beyond the point of no return.
And as entertaining as that is for me and my lefties losing its segment, it's not helping their ratings, Douglas. MSNBC's ratings have tanked, diving a staggering 54% in prime time. Shows like Joy Reid and Lawrence O'Donnell's have lost more than half their audience. And CNN is also having a rough time. It's planning to wield the axe on some of its biggest stars. It seems like calling half the country Nazis, fascists and white supremacists is not a winning formula, Douglas.
The dramatic collapse in viewership comes amid growing concern about Reid's increasingly divisive commentary on race relations in America. Media analysts and former supporters alike have expressed alarm about the toxic nature of her rhetoric, which appears designed to inflame rather than inform. The situation has become so concerning that even longtime defenders of the network are questioning MSNBC's editorial judgment and direction.
You know, there have been a couple news articles that have floated the idea that NBC, that Comcast may sell MSNBC. And I do think that's being floated for reasons like this, because although the cable news network, the cable news arm of the network makes money, it does cause some problems for the larger enterprise. And I wouldn't be totally shocked to see that happen. A lot of the headlines they make are for clips like the ones you just played, and it's now intentionally being floated in the press that this thing may be spun off into its own orbit.
The crisis at MSNBC mirrors a broader problem within progressive media and Democratic Party messaging. As ratings plummet and viewers tune out, there's growing recognition that the strategy of extreme rhetoric and personal attacks has backfired dramatically. Some of the most influential voices in Democratic circles are beginning to acknowledge this fundamental miscalculation.
And the most intelligent Democrats and leftists and others, and anti-Trump Republicans, most of them will, I hope, spend this grieving process that they're going to go through actually learning some lessons. It's been very interesting in recent days. This isn't like post-2016 at all. There actually haven't been as many complete meltdowns. And there's lots of reasons for that. But I'd like to think, putting a positive spin on it, is that one of them is that some of the Democrats and others have actually started to get the message. Maybe we shouldn't call the public garbage. Maybe when Donald Trump wins the popular vote, it's not enough to call anyone who has ever supported him a Nazi.
The Democratic Party's strategy of demonizing large segments of the electorate appears to have backfired spectacularly. Political analysts suggest that this aggressive rhetoric not only failed to persuade undecided voters, but actively alienated moderate Democrats and independents who grew tired of the increasingly extreme characterizations of their fellow Americans. This miscalculation seems to have contributed significantly to the party's current crisis, with hosts like Joy Reid becoming emblematic of this failed approach. The controversy surrounding Reid has intensified as she continues to make inflammatory claims about political developments, often without factual basis. Her recent commentary has taken an especially alarming turn, promoting fear and division among various demographic groups. These statements have not only damaged her credibility, but have raised serious questions about MSNBC's commitment to journalistic standards.
So I love that you asked this question because, there is a push, I think just a societal norm that if somebody is your family, that they are entitled to your time. And I think the answer is absolutely not. So if you are going into a situation where you have family members, where you have close friends who have voted in ways that are against you, like what you said, against your livelihood, and it's completely fine to not be around those people and to tell them why, to say, I have a problem with the way that you voted because it went against my very livelihood and I'm not going to be around you this holiday.
The troubling pattern extends beyond just inflammatory rhetoric on race and politics. Critics have noted how Reid's show consistently promotes divisive academic theories that further separate Americans along racial and ideological lines. Her approach to political discourse has raised concerns about the broader impact on American society.
And people who went through academia were crying from the rooftops for years, saying, please pay attention. This is becoming mainstream. This is being planted. The seed is being planted in the minds of young people, and they're moving into C-suites. They're moving into newsrooms. They're moving into boardrooms. Please do something. Stop throwing them a bone. Stop extending the olive branch. Stop taking this stuff seriously because it is utterly unserious. It is stupid.
The situation has become particularly problematic given Reid's history of questionable journalistic integrity and controversial statements. Her past actions have raised serious concerns about the network's commitment to truth and accountability in reporting, leading to increased scrutiny of MSNBC's editorial standards.
And now what are you going to do about it? I mean,
And
Joy
CNN.
Reid lied about CNN. Joy Reid lied about her blog being hacked when people found old posts on it that were objectionable. She lied about it, and MSNBC
They're
kept her.
anti-gay.
Yes, by her own standard, would be wildly homophobic.
Recent polling data suggests that Reid's approach may be significantly out of step with the very demographics she claims to represent, raising questions about the sustainability of her platform and message.
So, and also, like something like 3 in 10 Black men under the age of 45, according to the Associated Press, voted for Donald Trump. And same thing, he got over 50% of the popular vote. So you're talking about just completely blocking off a vast swath of the country. And on top of that, this means basically what Joy Reid is doing is continuing to mainstream these totally abstract academic concepts of internalized racism and internalized misogyny.
As we've explored in this analysis, Joy Reid's trajectory at MSNBC represents more than just a story about declining ratings or controversial commentary. It reflects a fundamental crisis in cable news media, where the pursuit of ideological purity and inflammatory rhetoric has come at the cost of journalistic integrity and viewer trust.
And so no wonder people are turning off. I think it's really important. I say this, the Democrats who ever want to get back into office again have to listen to this result and realize it wasn't the public that was wrong.
The question now facing MSNBC, and indeed all cable news networks, is whether they can find a path back to responsible journalism that informs rather than inflames. Can they balance the need for engaging content with the responsibility to promote constructive dialogue in an increasingly divided America? Will the network continue to platform hosts who consistently promote division over unity? What do you think? Should MSNBC continue to support Joy Reid's brand of commentary, or is it time for a fundamental change in direction? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more analysis of media trends and political commentary.